Hi everyone, my name is Greg Starr. I'm the chairman of the Pennsylvania Recreational Vehicle and Camping Association. This is our annual meeting. Usually I like to see you guys all in person, but we have to do it virtually this year. A few things I just want to go over with you. I want to make it quick so I do not bore you, so I'm going to keep looking down at my notes. First, just our update on our membership. We do have 289 members currently, all segments of the industry, from campgrounds to dealers to manufacturers. This diversity of this group is what makes us unique and makes us popular and makes our organization special. Those of you, obviously everybody knows, we had the major pandemic this year, which really threw the whole organization into a turmoil. During this time, we had to make some decisions, big decisions, major decisions. So we're going to talk about the negatives and then we're going to talk about the positives. First of all, the negatives this year, we had to, as you know, we had to cancel our Hershey show, which is a huge event for the industry and for the association. With that being said, our staff has stepped up this year. We really appreciate the staff and what they have done during this COVID response. I'd like to thank the staff for that. During the main part of the pandemic, when we were shut down, March through July, many emails were sent out to members. Hopefully you received all those emails on updates. We try to keep everybody up to date on what's going on what's to do, what things we can do, what we can't do, what we can sell, what we can't sell. So again, I appreciate the staff for doing that. Also, many hundreds of emails in and out to members on the response from the governor's office and our attorneys. So again, that kept everybody up to date on that. The good news is our industry has thrived after that. As most of you know, that we have sold a lot of product. Well, we have a hard time getting product in, but the industry itself is strong, and we look forward to next year being just as strong with our show going on as usual. Okay, now we're going to talk about education. Education is a big part of our association. The big change we did this year was we actually hired an education director. Some of you already know him, some of you will be meeting him, is Greg DeWalt. He's a great asset to our organization as far as education. He's very knowledgeable. You also have noticed that there's been a lot of events, service and training events scheduled now and in the future that he'll be spearheading. We've had 6 hands-on trainings from various OEMs also that we do throughout the year. Training, again, is very, very important, and we hope everybody appreciates that and has taken full advantage of that. They are completely free to our organization members, so if you aren't a member, please consider joining. All of our education is free for all the members. You can also find out all of our calendar of events on our PRVCA website. All up-to-date information and information is there. We're also working on a video library for training also. Greg is working on that for us also. And we're also partnered with RVTI with the technician training, so that will be coming down. You'll see that coming down next spring and summer. We're also going to be holding a leadership conference in 2021 also. Again, our education will be continuing throughout the year. If there's something that you want to see, something we don't have scheduled, or something you'd like to have scheduled, give the office a call. They'll be happy to look into that and see what other opportunities are available for education. Speaking about education, I'm going to move into a couple awards now. Every year we have our education award. Our education award is the dealer that sends the most people to the events for education. The rolling stock member this year that won attended 9 education sessions and sent 21 different employees to these training sessions. So they are taking full advantage of what we have to offer. Again, I'd like to congratulate and thank this year's winner is Susquehanna Valley RV. Congratulations, guys.
I'm Heather Leach, the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania RV and Camping Association, and today I am here to present an award for the most attended education trainings through PRVCA. This is the Gary Bunzer Education Award. We did changed the name this year in honor of Gary Bunzer, since he was such a staple in the education realm and really part of the PRVCA family. And today I have the honor of presenting this award to Susquehanna Valley RV. They had attended 9 different PRVCA trainings and had over 21 staff members participate. So it is my pleasure to present this to you
Thank
on
you.
behalf of PRVCA.
We are honored. Thank you.
All right, our next award that we do is our Rebecca Lennington Volunteer of the Year Award. This award recognizes individuals who go above and beyond for the organization and have a commitment to the organization and have a deep history with the organization. This year's recipient has served PRVCA for 30 years. He's been on a variety of committees, but his main focus has been education, which is one of our main focuses as well. This man is I consider a personal friend of mine. He's a great guy. Most of you probably know him, so I'd like to congratulate this year's Volunteer of the Year Award, John Roba. Congratulations, John.
So, John, I know I told you we were meeting today to discuss a training opportunity. However, I might have lured you here under some false pretenses.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure you are aware that you have been involved with PRVCA for over 30 years, whether it's been on the board or on a committee. And when I stepped into this role as executive director, you spearheaded the strategic planning initiative. And of course, you've been an avid supporter of our education program. And you've been instrumental in really making sure that we are always striving to make it better for our members. So because of all of that, I am pleased to say that you are this year's recipient of the Rebecca Lennington Volunteer of the Year Award. Yep.
Oh, okay. It's already here.
It's here.
Already here. Yes, we thank Brian for helping make this award presentation possible.
Oh, well, gee, thank you very much. I literally don't know what to say. You know, and everybody knows that how much the association has meant to me over the years. And it's just been a total joy to be involved. It really has been. Such a great group of people I've dealt with over the years. It's just been, I would say, one of the highlights of my career. It really has been. And so much appreciated, much appreciated. I certainly don't expect any rewards of any kind, but I appreciate the fact that people feel that way. It humbles me.
Oh, well, you know, we thank you so much for your dedication to the association. You know, we are obviously nothing without our volunteers, and you know, we find ourselves so fortunate that you have lent us your knowledge and your support for all these years. So, you know, we really truly do appreciate it, and it's very well deserved. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much, and thank you for whoever came up with this. I certainly, like I said, I appreciate it, Heather, and it's just been a great ride. That's all I can tell you.
That's great.
No, again, it's just, of all the things I've done in my business career, and there's been a lot of them, been involved with a lot of different associations and everything. This has been the best, absolutely best, and I just think the world of you guys. So again, and I always used to tell Becky this every time they kept recycling me. Say, look, I don't mind serving as long as you feel I can help. As long as I can help, I'm just absolutely humbled to serve, and they kept finding things for me to do. So,
Yes.
some years later.
Well, it is all true, and you've been a valuable asset to this association for sure.
Thank you.
So thank
you. Everybody who's going to be watching this. Thank you, and I certainly wish everybody the best here when we get through this not so great period of time of our lives, for sure. God bless.
Next, I'd like to introduce Andy Goodman of Milliron, Goodman and Associates. He will keep us up to date on our legislative issues that's going on in Pennsylvania. Andy?
Hi everyone, good to see you all through the camera. It is November 12th and I thought I'd briefly give you a political update to what's going on in Pennsylvania. As you're all well aware, on November 3rd we had an election. And here 9 days later, we're still seeing some of those results trickle in. Overall, in Pennsylvania, we were very much a microcosm of what we saw on the national scale. We saw Republicans maintain control on a local level in the state house and state senate. We have 2 more years of Tom Wolf as governor. I know you're all paying attention to the presidential, and certainly there's a lot going on with that still. But ultimately, PRVCA, legislative agenda, political agenda, all comes through the State House and through State Senate. We always work in a bipartisan manner. And looking at it, we did lose some friends that have retired, some lost an election, but ultimately I feel that your legislative agenda, protecting the industry for the 2 years ahead, we are in a very solid foundation, solid place to moving forward. I know it's been a long, difficult year with COVID. Many of you are working from home. Your dealerships saw a very difficult situation, which my firm tried to work through with PRVCA back in March and April. We continue to do so, working with the governor's office in relation to COVID. I know it's difficult, but from our understanding as well, the industry is doing pretty well as far as a lot of individuals purchasing RVs, getting out on the road, social distancing through our campgrounds. So we are happy to hear that as well. Legislatively, a couple items that we continually pay attention to. Right now, because we have a Republican legislature, we feel very comfortable that all lemon law legislation that we've been fighting for decades continues to be bottled up. We did see one piece moving through in regard to motorcycles, and we were able to make sure that RVs have always been excluded from that and will continue to do so. One of the bigger concerns I have for the 2 years ahead is sales tax and all taxes in general. Pennsylvania continues to have revenue shortfalls because of COVID. We are seeing now the federal government talk about a forced stimulus. Senator McConnell from Kentucky is talking about state, local government being included in that stimulus, although that has not come to fruition yet. So the state government is watching that to see if those dollars come through. And why that matters to you is because if it does not come through, eventually the state's going to have to raise taxes, raise revenue somehow, some way. There's a whole different slew of different ways of doing that. And obviously it gets very concerning how they're going to come up with that $4 billion shortfall. There are other issues out there. There's a whole slew of them in regard to transportation. We are continuing to monitor transportation funding in Pennsylvania, how they're going to continue to pay for roads and bridges. Right now, one of the concerns with transportation funding is how state police in Pennsylvania continue to be funded through the motor license fund. What that means for you is eventually, the last time they did this was in 2013, eventually new dollars are going to have to come through for transportation funding, and how they do that is registration fees, expanded fees, gasoline tax, et cetera. So we are continuing to monitor that. From that, there's a lot there, and I know you are all well aware of what's going on in Pennsylvania, but I also want to make sure that you know with a new legislature, a lot of new members, I urge you always to pay attention to who they are, get to know them, and more importantly, make sure that they know who you are and how the state government impacts your business. Grassroots, your engagement is always going to be the most powerful lobby for your industry and your business as a whole. So with that, I'd say thank you, and hopefully you're all doing well. Look forward to seeing you very soon.
Next, I want to hit on some marketing highlights that we've done this year in the organization. Typically, we hold a spring advertising campaign in April. This year, we did not do that. We postponed it till later because of the pandemic. We ran approximately 1,400 commercials in the major market areas throughout Pennsylvania. We currently have about 23,000 followers on social media, which is about a 13% increase than last year. We also currently have 10 year-round billboards for the organization throughout the states. We also do our Explore Pennsylvania magazine. Hopefully some of you have that in stock. If not, you can call the office and get extra copies for your stock to hand out to your customers. We have over 100,000 website users. Our largest RV show website had over 70,000 users last year, and the PRVCA website had 25,000 users. All of these marketing initiatives have one thing in mind, that's getting our members' names in front of our consumers, and that's the main idea of our marketing campaign. Now let's turn things back to Heather for closing remarks.
Well, Greg, on behalf of PRVCA, I want to thank you for your leadership over the last 2 years, especially this last year, which was a little crazy.
Yeah, a little struggle.
So I want to thank you for guiding us.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.